So good evening all. So today we will try to explain APP. So automatic payment program. So before that we will try to yeah. Is it okay? Yeah. So in enterprise structure mainly we will concentrate on define company code, assign company code to company, and define credit control area and assign credit control area to company code and define segments and assign segments to company code. So those are all settings we will configure in enterprise structure. So where it comes to real time projects, while we are working with real time, so in enterprise structure, so there is a chance we can get some additional configurations also. For example, VAT registration number. If you are working with VAT registered countries and all, so we need to maintain VAT registration number also in ES configuration itself only. And that too, here I need to explain one more very important point is, so generally how we will maintain these configurations and all in real time. So in real time, how we will maintain these configurations. So you knows very well we have two files as is to be and what is this and all. And if you consider my project, so currently I'm working with SAP S4HANA implementation as a lead consult as a lead consultant. I'm working here. So in my project, basically we have different teams like design team and the later build and config team. Later we have data migration team. Later we have testing team. So likewise we have different teams. So first of all, the design team, they will approach the business, and that too we are working with releases environment. So likewise, for example, why these releases are all comes into picture, I explained very clearly earlier. So my company, we have businesses more than 120 plus countries. So at a time SAP implementation to 120 countries, it is not possible, right? It is possible, but it is very expensive. So that's the reason only while we are taking this decision, and that too, this 120 countries before 2017, what happened? So we are using n number of different softwares like Oracle Soft, PeopleSoft. So these are all different things. Oracle Soft or PeopleSoft or some countries JD Edwards. Likewise, even some countries they are using SAP legacies also. It means SAP ECC. But in 2017, so my company will take one decision. So we need to transfer these are all softwares into single software. So that one is nothing but SAP S4 HANA. But the thing is, so we have businesses like this more than 120 countries. Okay. And each and every country earlier we are using n different softwares. So now those are all softwares we are transported, we are implemented into SAP S4 HANA. So that's the reason why first of all what we will do. So first of all we are splitting our total 120 countries into releases wise, right? So it means we are splitting nearly 14 releases. So out of that 14 releases, up to now, we are go live successfully 8 releases. Okay. And remaining 6 releases, we are implementing SAP S4 HANA, and that too, this tenure will be 2000. Our deadline will be 2028 to complete the SAP S4 HANA implementation. Okay. And while we are working this environment, so I am part of since last 3 releases in this organization. So usually how we are working in this SAP S4HANA implementation. So first, the design team comes into picture and they will approach the business and they will discuss each and every releases. Before starting of every releases, we have sessions with business. So in that sessions, we will clearly explain, the business will clearly explain what is the business operations and all, and what is the countries we are implementing this SAP like this. And based on that, the first design team will create the CRs. CR means change request. So these CRs will be created by the design team, and this and all we will be maintained in SharePoint folder. And later, based on the CRs, we will be maintained RFC, request for change, and this one we are created in solution manager ticketing tool. And based on this RFC, so once RFC is approved, we received the work as CD, like change document. So later we can start our configuration. Where it comes to this configuration, see for example, if you are observing enterprise structure, so while we are maintaining enterprise structure configuration, anything in SAP, if you want to maintain some configuration in system in real-time project, we need two documents initially. What is the two documents? So one is configuration guide, simply we are called as config guide, and the second file is input file. Input file. So as for my experience, so I worked nearly 8 projects, and I saw nearly 100 plus projects as part of my community. So like apart from training, even we will be provide job support and all also. So within that, as for my experience, basically, if you are working with any implementation project, if you are doing some configuration activities and all, so we need two documents very clearly. One is the configuration guide. So the configuration guide explains how the configuration is happened, right? For example, if you want to maintain in enterprise structure, some steps like define company, assign company code, and assign company code to company. So we need guide, the first one. And the second one is, while we are doing configuration, we need the input information, right? So for example, if you want to maintain company, like we need company code name and city and country, language, currency, these are all things is needed. So those are all things they will provide it input file. Usually this is in Excel format. Sometimes some consultants, this and all we are called as is and to be. So as is nothing but before we are implementing SAP S4HANA, what is the enterprise structure they will follow? And 2B is nothing but once we are implementing SAP S4HANA, how the enterprise structure looks like in that particular project, right? So these two things is very, very important. In my current organization, we will be maintained in Excel format, and that too, these tools we will be maintained in Excel separate tabs. So business will provide this information. Based on that, 2B will be prepared by the design team. And based on this as is 2B, we will be, first of all, we will take the configuration guide, and within this configuration guide, here the input file, Excel file is nothing but 2B. So based on that, we will start our configuration and we will maintain our configuration as per the system landscape, like development system, quality and production system. So likewise, we will do our configuration. At the same time, once configuration done, later we can capture all the changes into TR, and later we can release the TR SE09, and later we are moving to quality system by using TOC option in solution manager ticketing tool. So once quality, then we have different testings in implementation project, like unit testing, functional testing, and integration testing, user acceptance testing. So we have complete flow will be there for each and every releases, each and every company code. So very important point is, while we are working with real-time implementation project, as is and to be is applicable only for enterprise structure, not for all other submodules of finance. Why? Because as is and to be, we will clearly configured, we will clearly maintained in system as per the legal requirements, right? So that's the reason only as is and to be will be available for only enterprise structure, not for all other accounting submodules. So the next module we explained very clearly, general ledger accounting. This one also is completed. So in the general ledger accounting, especially the chart of accounts or fiscal year variant or posting period variant or field status variant or number ranges or document types. Emma, like the global parameters or global parameters or document splitting configurations or basic controlling settings. So and that too, these are all things we will be maintained earlier very clearly, right? So once it is done, even in that classes I explained very clearly what is the difference between ECC to SAP S4 HANA in GL point of view. Like we will create one GLs by using FS00. So we saw those are all settings and all. Later we discussed about AP. So it means accounts payable module. So in that accounts payable module also we explained very clearly the business partner concept. So within that business partner concept, why it is mandatory in SAP S4 HANA, the complete structure already I explained, and those are all introductions and all I will be maintained in our YouTube channel also. Later we will be maintain BP groups, vendor account groups, and we can assign number ranges. And finally we are integrating BP to vendor account groups, and finally we are making some invoices, and finally we are making payments to vendor successfully also. So but the thing is in accounts payable module, see, once we are doing any invoice posting by using FB60, am I correct? So the next thing is we want to make the payment to vendor. Am I correct? Payment to vendor. So here payment to vendor, basically we have two payments we can do in SAP. One is manual payment. What is that? One is manual payment, and the second thing is automatic payment. So today we will discuss about briefly regarding this one. Okay, manual payment, what is the T code? By using F-53. And when it comes to APP, automatic payment program, what is the transaction code? F110. But the thing is, if you want to do automatic payments to your vendors, so before that we need to maintain some prerequisite configuration. What is that? Prerequisite configuration for APP, the transaction code will be FBZP. Okay, so in FBZP, basically we need to maintain 6 steps. So one is all company codes. One is all company codes, and the second thing is we need to maintain paying company codes. Okay, and the third thing is payment methods we need to maintain in country level. Payment methods country level we need to maintain, and the next one is payment method company code level. Okay, company code level. And finally we need to maintain two things like bank determination, finally house bank. So these are the 6 prerequisite configurations we need to maintain before doing APP. Then the question is why it is required. What is the necessity to maintain prerequisite configuration? So before run F110. So we know very well. So APP is the automatic payment program. So instead of maintaining manually in F-53, the vendor details or the amount or whatever it is, so the system will take that invoices automatically, and the system will proceed the payments automatically. It means each and everything we need to maintain automatically, right? So it means we need to tell the system how the system will pick these invoices, how the system will pay. These are all the balances in automatically. So those are all settings and all we will be maintained as part of prerequisite configuration of APP. The transaction code will be FBZP. So in real time point of view, You can expect n number of questions from this topic. What do you mean by APP, and how we will run APP, and what are the scenarios? Even is very very important thing is in APP we have different scenarios. So like even I will be maintain those scenarios also in my trainings and all, like payment with bank, payment with check, and at the APP run date. This question also you can expect in our interview. N number of times this question we can expect. Like out of 10 invoices we need to run only for 5 invoices. Like this they will tell some real time scenarios also. They will ask the some real time scenarios. And payment with payment terms and cash discount, and payment with multiple currencies, even with foreign currencies also, how we will run APP. And payment with tax, and payment with multiple banks, and payment with IDOC, and payment with DME. This is the very very crucial topics, very very important topics. If you are claiming some experience, like I have working with APP with IDOC and APP with DME, so definitely you will get the job, definitely you will crack our interview. These two is very very important scenarios. Likewise we will try to explain the complete scenarios, and I will provide these are all videos in our YouTube channel. Please go through that and watch 1 to 10 times, and be learn all the things, right? And before doing these are all things, these things we can explain what are the prerequisite configuration in FPZP. So simple in first two steps which is related to company codes. So it means while we are running APP, for which company codes we are running this APP. See, while we are working with real time projects, so we have company codes like 50, 100, 200, 300, 500 company codes we have. So based on the organization. So within that company codes, how many company codes we will run the APP? We need to tell the system, right? See, for example, if you have 100 company codes, in real time, what happened? So basically, we will be maintain company codes like this, like manufacturing company codes and sales company codes, right? So, for example, if you have maintained companies in real-time project like this, for all company codes, APP is not required. Whatever payment, especially whatever the manufacturing company codes, those company codes only APP is required. So it means those are all company codes we need to maintain in these two parts. Okay, I will try to explain very clearly in our configuration part also. But the thing is, while we are attending interview, so even I observed many interviews, many candidates, they will not tell what is the logic and why we will maintain these are all things, and all also they will not explain very clearly, right? This is the very basics and very very easy settings. And the next two steps which is related to payment methods. See, if you want to make some payment to vendor, then what is the way how you can payment to your vendor? Manual payment like cash payment is not accepted in real time working environment. Am I correct or not? As per the Income Tax Act 1965, so more than 20,000 cash payments is not allowed according to Companies Act also, right? So these are all things like we need to payment, we need to pay to the vendor by way of bank. So within that we have different options. Like is it bank transfer, is it check, or is it IDOC, or is it DME, or what is that payment approaches? How you will pay your amount to vendor? So these are all things we will be explained very clearly in these 2 points, and we need to tell the system. So based on my payment method, you can pay to my vendor. We need to tell the system like this. And finally, these two is very very important. So once you are making payment to your vendor, you need to tell the system for which bank we need to pay this amounts to vendors. Usually in real time projects, we have n number of bank accounts with our business. So we have 5 bank accounts, 10 bank accounts. So out of that 5 10 bank accounts, on exactly on which bank you will pay to our vendor. So we need to tell the system. We need to maintain these are all things in bank determination and house banks. So today we will discuss these are all things very clearly, and I will show you, and I will run the APP also. Okay, first we will make one simple APP run. Later we can go with this different scenarios. Okay, So first, please try to understand. So APP is nothing but automatic payment program, which is provided by the SAP. This is the tool, and this is the very advantage, very useful tool while we are working with real time. Why? Because daily, where it comes to in real time projects, we have vendors like 10,000, 20,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh vendors we have. Daily we are procuring raw materials, but the payment is not made immediately. So based on the payment terms. So here very important term is payment terms. What is this payment term? See, for example, we are procuring some raw materials from vendor, procuring from raw materials from vendor. So the companies will not pay immediately amount to vendor. So there is a time. So there is some terms and conditions between vendor and as well as company. So these are all things we will be maintained in payment term in OBB8. Even in OBB8 also we have some difficulties. So payment terms we can create for vendors, customers, and payment term translations also comes into picture. Different languages we need to maintain payment terms, and we need to check while we are maintaining any payment terms, especially while we are working with support project. We are getting n number of issues which is related to payment terms. They will not give any payment term number. So at that time you can go to the payment term table. What is the table? So T052. So go to this table and we can take it the next available number of payment term, and based on that we will be maintain our payment terms also. This is the complete scenario already I explained earlier earlier classes. Okay. So now see, for example, if you are making some amount to vendor, so here two approaches. One is manual payment and APP. And that too in our organization, we have vendors like 10,000, 20,000, 1 lakh. So every day based on the payment term, we need to pay lump sum amounts to our vendors. And that too n number of vendors. So if you are going with manual payment, each and every vendor we can make the entries by using F-53 transaction code. But where it comes to in real time, so this transaction code the clients are using very rarely, 1 to 5% only, less than 5%. But 95% I saw all the clients they are using this program only. What is this program? APP, automatic payment program. So this one only we will explain very clearly today session. So before jumping into APP, we will try to understand what is this prerequisite configuration in FBZP and what is the need we need to explain. So already I explained very clearly these two steps which is related to company codes, and these two steps which is related to payment methods, and these two steps which is related to banks. So instead of 6 we will be remember as 3 steps also. One is 2 steps related to company code, second is 2 steps related to payment method, and third thing is 2 steps maintained for banks. If you remember this way also, it is very easy. And the next point is, so while we are running APP, so again we need to remember 4 P's. What is this? 4 P's. So within that, the first P is parameter. Parameter. Parameters. And the second P is proposal. Proposal. And the third P is payment. Payment. And the fourth key is print. So we need to concentrate on these 4 P's while we are running in APP. So in these parameters, we need to tell the system for which company code we are running for this APP, for which company code we are running this APP, payment method we are following, And the next thing is very important thing is next posting period. This is the very important. So whatever we maintained the date in next posting period, based on this one only, the system will pick the invoices automatically. Please try to remember. Okay. In parameters, again, we need to tell the systems for how many vendors we need to run this F110. And later, whatever parameters you will provide in parameters tab, based on that parameters, system will pick the invoices automatically, and later we will maintain proposal. So within that proposal, we have to see, for example, the system will pick the invoices 10, 20, 100,000, 2,000 or whatever it is. So before going into payment, we need to cross check whether this proposal is correct or not. These things we need to do, cross check. See, for example, in our proposal, is there any some mistakes? Then you need to delete that proposal. And we have one option also, edit proposal. Proposal also we can edit. And especially this scenario, we can expect that question also. For example, if I have 10 invoices, out of the 10, so app we can run for only 5 invoices. Then the remaining 5 we can stop in this place also, proposal place also, right? So these are all things I will explain in our session. And the next one is payment is very important. Finally, we are making payment to vendors. And once the payment is done, the system will generate the payment files also, payment documents also. And finally, if you want to maintain that payment documents and all print also, we can take the printouts and we can send it to the banks, or we can send it to the vendors with the help of payment advice note. So these are the things we need to know before going into system app. Okay. So then I will go to system and I will use FBZP configuration. So here, whatever I maintained earlier, the 6 steps. The first one is all company codes. Second one is paying company code. Third is payment methods in country, payment methods in company code, bank determination, and house banks. This is the very important topic in real time, and not only real time, in interview perspective. So then I will click on all company codes. Then I will start my configuration. So before running F110 code, so first of all, we will maintain these are all things in FBZP. Later only we will go to F110 transaction code. Okay. So first I will maintain all company codes and click on new entries, and I will maintain my company code is AYAN, and my sending company code is also AYAN only, and pay company codes also AYAN. So here I have one more doubt. Why all company codes it is showing sending company code and as well as paying company codes? We know one point very clearly. We have intercompany transactions, cross company code transactions usually we call. So instead of AYAN company code, the payment made by some other company like A200, A300, at that time you need to maintain in paying company code that company code A200 and A300, right? So these are all things we need to mandatorily remember these points. And this one, for example, if you want to maintain separate payments for business area also, we can use this option. And payment method supplementaries and all, if you want to maintain these things also, and tolerance days for payable and outgoing payment with cash discounts, if you want to maintain, you can maintain as per the business requirement. And maximum cash discount also, if you want to select, you can select. I will tell you in upcoming scenarios. These are all settings I will tell you, no problem. And then special GL transactions is very important. We need to maintain our special GL transactions for vendors and as well as customers also, like down payment request, advance amount. Those are all special GL transactions also we will be maintaining. In especially in SAP, we have special GL transactions like this for A. So down payment to vendors, and B financial assets down payment and down payment to DOM vendor, and discount to D. So EMP likewise we have special GL indicators also, right? See, for example, in our invoices, some invoices which is related to special GL indicator invoices. For those invoices, whether we can run APP or not, we need to tell the system. So here in my case, I will be maintain A. A is for down payment to vendor. I will be maintain accept my A, and F also I will be maintain it is down payment request. These two things I will be maintain. It means out of these special GL indicators for my company code, it is applicable only these two special GL indicators. If you want to maintain all special GL indicators, you will be maintain in this place without comma and space. Okay. So then I will be selecting, I will be click on save. Okay. And if you want to read any information, what is this paying company code and all? So we have one information key in this place, and you can read these are all information also. So here the paying company code and the company code to which payment is made must be same country and have same local currency and parallel currencies. This is also very important point. While we are running with APP, so within one country, within same currency only, we are maintaining sending company and paying company, and we are running APP. This is the very important point you can expect in our interview also. So what is the prerequisite condition before running APP? So the condition will be, so we are doing within country and within same currency company codes only we are running APP at a time, right? So these are all things you need to learn in this place. So now I don't want to go in deeply. Then click on enter. So AYAN is already exist. It means I need to cross check. What is our new company code? AYAN only, right? So earlier we didn't maintain any AYAN, right? Okay. So then we will be maintain AYA1 like this. Okay. So the next transaction will be paying company code. Okay, so already we maintained FBZP for AYAN. Am I correct? Now the system will take. Okay. So next, no. So next we can go to paying company codes. So within that paying company code, I will be maintain my company code AYAN and the minimum amount for incoming payment and minimum amount for outgoing payment. See, whatever we explained in these sessions, so each and every session inside points also the interviewer will ask questions. For example, in paying company code, what are the information you maintained in the tab? This question also you can expect from our interviewer, right? So here we will be maintain minimum amount for incoming payment and outgoing payment. I will be maintain one. And here you want to maintain separate payment for each reference or no exchange rate differences. So we have different options. If you want to maintain, these are all things. And especially the SEPA payments and all, we can use it for European countries. Okay. For those countries, we will be maintain our creditor identification number also. If you want to use this separate SEPA payments, SEPA, SEPA payments. Usually these and all we can see in European clients. This is the one of the payment method like bank transfer, like bank check. SEPA is also one of the payment method. Okay. And click on forms. So within that forms, we will be maintain our payment advice form also. This is also very important. We need to maintain. These are all things in paying company code. Clear? So next, in payment methods in country. So in payments in methods in country, we will be maintain our payment method. So here in my case, I will be maintain my payment method is T, and that too here bank transfer. These are all things. And here very important is this payment method is for what? Is it outgoing payment or is it incoming payment? And payment method classification, we need to maintain these things like is it bank transfer or check bill or exchange or check bill of exchange. And this one also allowed for personal payments, especially some clients they are using to pay the salaries to the employees. Employee is also treated as a vendor, some clients, right? So at that time, if you want to run APP every month to make the salaries to our employees, then we need to select this one also. And the next one is required master data record specifications. Especially while we are running APP, the system will ask, these are all details, whatever you maintain in street, bank details, account number required, these are all things we will be maintain. And here IBAN and shift code also required. In real time projects, we will be maintain these two things also. IBAN is nothing but international bank account number, and the shift code is nothing but branch code. So those are all things we will be maintain. And here these two is the very important. Document type for payment ZP and clearing document type ZV. It means, see, we are making our payment to vendor by using APP. See, once payment is done, APP will generate the documents, right? Payment documents, right? So those are all document types will be ZP and as well as ZV. ZV. These two things also we need to maintain. And if you come back here, this is also very important thing. So use classic payment medium approach, medium program, especially what are the payment medium you can pay to your amounts. In my case, I maintained as C. It means check. So we need to maintain these are all things very clearly in payment methods in country. Very important settings and all. Okay. So then go back, and here payment methods in company code. So here I will be maintain my payment method like this T, and my paying company code is AYA1, and here the minimum amount and maximum amount. See, in earlier payment methods in country, we will be maintain minimum amount for incoming and minimum amount for outgoing in paying company codes. Second step. Fourth step, we will be maintain minimum amount and maximum amount. Like by using this APP, how much the maximum amount the system will need to allow. And we need to select, these are all options like single payment for marked item, payment for due date. These are all things, and we need to activate. These are all things. Regarding this one, we have one separate scenario. So I will try to explain at that time, like within foreign payments, within foreign currency, how we will run the APP. We have one more different scenario. And if you go to farm data, you need to maintain this. These are all things, and especially these things, I will maintain separate video, especially the checks printings and all also we can see in APP. So those are all things I will maintain one more video. So same in this playlist only, I will be maintain one playlist in our YouTube channel, automatic payment program. So within that playlist, I will be maintain these are all videos I will try to upload. And payment advice control. So this is also important. So like what is this payment advice and how we will send this payment advice to vendors. So these are all things we will try to explain in our next scenarios classes. Okay. So the next step will be bank determination. So usually before doing bank determination, you need to maintain your house banks first. Okay. Later bank determination. So go to IN company code. So here I will be maintain my house banks like this. So IN HDFC 1234. Okay. And here this is a very important point. While we are running your APP with IDOC, with DME, those are all configurations and all we will be maintained in these two places. EDI partner profiles and as well as EDI partner profiles. This one we need to maintain for APP with IDOC scenarios, and APP with DMA scenarios we will be maintain in these things. So in our upcoming days, I will be maintain separate videos, especially here the partner profiles is the plays the key role, especially how we are linking APP with IDOCs and all. We will be maintain our bank partner type. So these are all things I will explain, and even the EDI company payment methods also we need to maintain in this place. These are all things I will be maintain with one more video APP with IDOC. Okay. And if you go to bank account, so within that house bank, see for example, so in this house bank, what are the bank accounts I will be maintain? So you can see here, likewise, I will be maintain my bank accounts and all. Okay. So here, this is the very, very important step. So we can link our bank account to GL account in this place. This question also you can expect. See, we are maintained some house banks in FBZP house bank configuration. Overall, we have a transaction code FI12 in ECC. Where it comes to SAP S4 HANA, the transaction code will be FI12 underscore H bank, right? So, but the thing is how the GL account, which is related to bank, how we can connect this GL account to this house bank. Here we have one option. So here we will be maintain our GL account in this place. So we will be maintain, these are all things earlier. So we don't need to change anything in this place. And later we can go to bank determination. So within this bank determination, so my company code is AYAN. So here the ranking order is very, very important. Why? Because see, for example, so for my client, for example, client is having 6 bank accounts or 10 bank accounts. Then if you are running APP, so the APP program, how the program will run the APP within out of 10 bank accounts. So the logic here we will be maintain ranking order. For example, we have 10 bank accounts. Like we will be maintain our 10 bank accounts into ranking order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. So based on this ranking order, the system will make the payment to vendor. So within this ranking order, this is the importance of ranking order in bank determination tab. And next, if you go to bank accounts, so we need to maintain our GL account in this place, and bank account ID also we need to maintain, and what is the payment methods we can use for this paying company codes and all. And finally, we need to maintain our available amounts for outgoing payments also we will be maintained like this. Okay, these are all configurations is needed while we are running, before we are running F110. So these are the configurations we need to maintain in system, 6 configurations, then we can run with F110. But before running F110, so first we will try to post one vendor invoice. We can check that vendor invoices line items, like what is that, how much of amount we need to pay that vendor, and later we can maintain our FBZP settings. Already this is done, and later we can run the F110, and finally we can see the final effect in FBL1N. Why we are using this transaction code FBL1N? So we can see the vendor open item balance, right? It means outstanding amount we need to pay the vendor. These are all things we will be maintain. We will see in FBL1N transaction code. So then we can post one invoice FB60. So my vendor is, so before that I need to change the company code. So my company code is AYAN. Okay, so then we can cross check. So we have one vendor. So then I will go with this vendor, and we will be maintain invoice date, and I will be maintain my invoice amount is 20,000. Yeah, payment method. Yeah. So then I will go to GL account. Like usually while we are posting vendor invoice, what is the general entry? Raw material account data to vendor account, right? So here I need to maintain my GL account, which is related to raw material. So here I need to select this one, and amount is 20,000. I will be maintained like this. And if you go to payment tab, so here I need to maintain my payment terms, and here I need to maintain my payment method T. So this is required. Okay. And the next one is house bank also I need to maintain. So HDFC, this one, and HDFC I need to maintain this one also. So then I will try to post my invoice. Is there getting any errors and all? We can resolve, no issue. So then I try to post invoice. Yes, my invoice is successfully posted. Then I will post one more invoices with a different amount. We can see. So invoice date will be 15 and the amount I will be maintain as 30,000. Okay. And here I will be maintain GL account as raw material GL account we need to maintain. Amount is 30,000. Okay. Then we can go to payment. So here payment term is there and payment method I will be maintain as T and house bank I will be maintain HDFC and here I will be maintain HDFC and click on save. So it means two invoices I will be posting by using FB60. This is the invoice posting by using FB60 transaction. So then we can cross check those balances by using FBL1N. So I need to see in open items. So here I need to do two things. So one is invoice amount 20,000 and the second invoice 30,000. So it means now I want to make my payment to vendor with two invoices by using APP. Okay. See usually how we will pay our how we will payment to vendor by using manual payment F dash 53, right? But right now I will go with F110. So then I will go to F110. So then I will be maintain run date as today and identification 2. So this is the screen in F110 and we will be maintain first is run rate and the second one is identification and click on enter. Go to parameters and I need to maintain my company code AYAN and here this is the very important in parameters. Whatever parameters you will provide to your system, based on these parameters only, the system will pick the invoices automatically. I told very clearly earlier also. So next payment method I will be maintain as 17 and here I will be maintain my vendor as I think 77, right? So then we will be maintain my vendor is 77. So in this place, if you want to maintain 1 lakh vendor also, you can maintain, no problem. So you will at that time you will be maintain one. So here in this place you need to maintain Z Z Z Z Z like this. Okay, but right now in my company got only one vendor and I will be maintain parameters and click on. So go to next thing is additional logs. We need to go and within that additional log we need to select these options, especially due date we need to check at the time of F110 run and payment methods we need to check in all cases and line items of the payment documents also we need to maintain and here one more time I will be maintain as my vendor and click on save. Okay, then go to status. So my parameters have been entered. See if you want to see your parameters, so or if you want to delete your parameters also you can maintain, you can delete your parameters from in this screen, edit parameters and delete. Okay, so then I will be go with my proposal. So already I told, right, in app we have 4 p's. One is first p is parameter, that is completed, and second p is proposal, and the third p is payment run, and the fourth p is printout and data medium. So then I will click on proposal, then I will click on start immediately and click on OK, schedule immediately. Then next I will click on enter. Then my proposal is ready. So here you can see payment proposal has been created. So then go to edit proposal. If you want to see that proposal, yes, you can see in this place, display proposal. At the same time, if you want to edit that proposal, you can edit from this place. And if you want to delete that proposal, you can go to this screen, edit proposal and delete. You can delete. So before delete, I need to check. I need to, yes. So here you can see this is the invoices values. The system will pick automatically. What is this invoices? 50,000. Already earlier I showed you in FBL1N. So final amount we need to pay our vendors to 50,000, two invoices. Then I will click on OK. So here you can see two invoices is appeared in this place. One is 20,000 and the second one is 30,000. But if you see any error like this, so there is some issue with APP program. Usually in this place, if you saw the green color symbol, so then your proposal will be good. So it means you need to do your payment. But the thing is in our case, we have some exceptions. We have some error. So we need to uh, check that error and you need to rectify that error. Then only our APP will run successfully. Then I will go to individual and I will click on this one, each entry. So here no valid payment method found. So it means the error will be this one. No valid payment method found. So can anyone guess where we did this mistake? Hmm? Yes. Yes, we need to check in vendor master data. So then I will come back and I will open one more session. So XK02 is the transaction code to change the vendor master data and all. And click on enter. So next, next, next. So here we need to maintain our payment method T. So whatever we maintained in invoices, those payment method we need to maintain in this place also. T means bank transfer. See, for example, this is one. T means bank transfer. Already we maintained this T, right? In FBZP prerequisite configurations and all. Okay. So then click on, yeah, house bank also we need to maintain HDFC. This is my house bank. To vendor house banks also I will be maintained like this. And is there any other settings is required? Not. Then click on save. Changes have been made. So then I will go back to my APP. Go back. So then I will remove, I will delete that proposal one more time. Okay. So then I will delete my proposal. Then again I will run my proposal. I will create new proposal. Then click on proposal, start immediately and click on continue. So then proposal is running, proposal is done. So then click on edit proposal and click on continue. And here one more time. So two invoices in exceptional list. So we can see again the same error, no valid payment method found. Okay. So here we will be maintain payment method T is in this case. So, so if you go with how we will resolve this one. So if you go with reallocate, so here we missed this one, house bank. So here I need to maintain my house bank. Click on OK. Customer vendor does not have suitable bank details for payment methods. Yes. So one more error we got. So what is this error? So we didn't maintain any bank account details for vendors and customers. Then how the system will pay this amount to that particular vendor? It is not possible, right? See, if the system wants to pay something to our vendor, the system needs the vendor bank account details. Am I correct or not? But in our case, we didn't maintain. So intentionally only I didn't maintain that bank account details and all. So now I will show you where we will maintain those are all things. So same transaction code XK02 and payment transactions and click on enter. So here we will be maintain our vendor bank account details. So here in this place I will be maintain country and HDFC 123 and bank account, and we will be maintain ZK Limited like this and click on save. Okay. So again changes have been made. So then again I will go with APP one more time. So go back and edit and proposal. I will be deleting this one. Why? Because this proposal is not good. Then again I will go with proposal, start immediately and OK. Click on enter. Then proposal has been created. Then click on edit proposal. Click on continue. So then again my proposal will be in exceptional list and go to inside, and I want to reallocate same error. So here I need to click on reallocate and I will be maintain HDFC. This one I need to maintain. Okay. Required address data missing. So required address data. So which address data? Vendor master data address is missing. So then again we need to maintain those one. So no problem. Again we can go to XK02. Okay. XK02. And here we will be maintain address. So where we missed this Rolex? Yes, this is a very important thing. We need to maintain this one. Why? Because in this system, in this server, the vendor PO box is they are putting into mandatory in field status groups of vendor master data. So that's the reason only we are getting this error. So no problem, we are getting this too. And postal code also we will be maintain same. And click on save. So then again one more time I will go with APP. Okay. So then I will go to edit and I will delete that proposal one more time. And again I will create a new proposal. Click on OK. Then enter. Then payment proposal has been created. Then again go to edit proposal. Click on continue. So then again exception list. Again we have some errors and all. No problem. Go to inside and click on reallocate. And here I will be maintain my HDFC. Okay. Rereading intermediary banks. Okay, no problem. And go to this one, reallocate. Go to this one, reallocate. Okay. So new payment. Okay. So click on reallocate and new payment. And here I will be maintenance HDFC and click on OK. Click on OK. Then click on save. Changes have been made. Then here you can see our payment proposal is in green color. So it means these two we can do payment. But here we have one empty exception list, right? So then I will go back again one more time. Payment proposal has been edited. So then I will go to edit and delete that proposal one more time. Okay. Yes, I will delete one more time. And again go to proposal. Now we can see the system behavior. We click on enter and edit proposal. And here you can see again exceptional list. So it means those two we need to maintain in reallocate. So HDFC, okay, click on enter, and these two also click on reallocate, new payment, and here HDFC I need to maintain, click on continue, okay, then click on save. Yeah. And come back, and here we can go with these two payments from this place only. Okay. Okay. So then come back, and here the next process will be payment run. So out of 4 P's, 2 P's is completed. Parameters and proposal is completed. Now we can go with the third P, payment run. So click on that payment run. Immediately schedule yes. Click on enter. Carried out. Enter and go to proposal. Here we have, so payment is not completed successfully. Why? So here, so once this payment is done, so we need to get the payment completed and payment generated one file and one file. We are getting that one. So no problem. Then we can do one more time this APP. Okay. Then click on payment, delete output. Yes. And go to edit and payment. Okay. So then go to proposal and delete this proposal also. Okay. So then go to edit, even parameters also I want to delete. So complete I will be deleting and come back. And then again one more time I will go to F110. So here identification number I will be maintain as 3 and go to parameters, and the company code is AYAN, payment method is T, and the next payment method is this one, and vendor this one, and go to additional log, and I need to select these 3, and my vendor is 77, and save and go to status, click on proposal, start immediately, continue, and go to edit proposal. So same thing, click on exceptional. So within these two invoices, so error in creating payment document, read job log. So especially there is a problem with the payment document. So I think we did one more mistake. What is that mistake? Can anyone guess? Emma. So if you want to reallocate, so here we will be maintain HDFC like this. So again also we will get one more error. What is that error? We go to new payment and HDFC, click on OK, then click on save. So there is no selection in this place. Okay. So then go back, payment run. Here we have some issue with payment run. So the thing is we need to check document types, whether we maintain number ranges for ZP and ZV. So then we can go to OBA7. So what is the document number ZP? And ZP we can check 40 number range information. My company code is AYAN. 40 we maintained already. Okay. So then, hmm? So ZV also we can check clearing documents, number range information. So that is also 40, right? No required to maintain. 40 is already exist. Okay. Yeah. So it means there is no issue with this one.